30F have been married to my amazing husband, Mark, 32M, for 5 years. We have a beautiful 2-year-old daughter, Lily. For as long as I can remember, my biological family, my parents and older sister, Sarah, have been difficult, critical, emotionally distant, and always quick to point out my flaws. Growing up, I always felt like I was walking on eggshells, constantly trying to earn their approval, which never came. When I met Mark, his family was a revelation. His parents, David and Susan, are warm, loving, and incredibly supportive. His sister, Emily, 28F, is genuinely kind and has become one of my closest friends. From the moment I met them, they welcomed me with open arms. They celebrated my successes, comforted me during failures, and treated me like their own daughter. It was a stark contrast to my own family, who barely acknowledged my achievements and often made me feel like a burden. Over the years, the disparity grew. My parents would forget my birthday, or give me a gift card to a store I hated. David and Susan would throw me surprise parties, remember my favorite flowers, and call just to chat. When Lily was born, my parents visited for an hour, offered unsolicited parenting advice, and left. Susan stayed for a week, cooked, cleaned, and helped me navigate new motherhood with endless patience and love. I always tried to maintain a relationship with my biological family, out of a sense of obligation. Mark encouraged me to set boundaries, but I always hoped things would get better. I made excuses for them, rationalized their behavior. Until last month, Lily was diagnosed with a rare but manageable autoimmune condition. It was a scary time, filled with doctor's appointments and new routines. Mark and I were exhausted. David and Susan immediately stepped up. Susan came over daily to help with Lily, David took care of our yard, and Emily brought us meals. They were our rock, my own family. My mother called to say, "Are you sure you're feeding her right?" My father said, "Kids get sick, it's not a big deal." Sarah sent a text saying, "Hope it's not contagious, I have a big presentation next week." The final straw came when I had to take Lily to a specialist 3 hours away. It was an overnight trip. I asked my mother if she could watch our dog for one night. She flat out refused, saying she was too busy. Meanwhile, Susan, my mother-in-law, offered to drive us, stay with us, and take care of everything. We politely declined her offer to drive, but accepted her offer to stay with us, and she was an absolute angel. When I returned, I called my mother to thank her for nothing. She then launched into a tirade about how I was always asking too much, how I was ungrateful, and how I should be more like Sarah, who never bothered them. That was it. The dam broke. I calmly told her that I was done. Done trying to earn their love, done making excuses for their cruelty, done with the constant criticism. I told her that Mark's family had shown me what real family looks like, and that I was choosing them. I hung up before she could respond. Since then, my phone has been blowing up with angry texts and calls from my biological family, accusing me of being selfish, ungrateful, and abandoning them. Sarah even called me a gold digger, saying I only married Mark for his perfect family. Mark and his family have been incredibly supportive, telling me I did the right thing.